common mistake buyers make is overlooking the not so obvious costs and expenses. When budgeting for your home purchase, you'll want to have an accurate picture of the additional costs incurred during the entire process. Hi everyone, welcome back to Property Ladder. My name is Kashnaz and I'm a realtor in Toronto. In today's video, we will be doing a deep dive into closing costs, what they are, how it factors into your home purchase, and a detailed breakdown of all of the expenses you need to account for. Let's dive right in. Closing costs are the total fees paid on closing, or what we call the end of the transaction. As a rule of thumb, we strongly advise buyers to budget between 2 to 4% off the home's purchase price to be kept aside for your closing costs. First on the list are legal fees. When purchasing a property, you will need a real estate lawyer to manage all the legal paperwork and prepare for the completion of your deal. On average, legal fees in Ontario can range between $700 to $2,000 depending on the complexity of the transaction. Once an offer is accepted and firm, your lawyer steps in and takes the deal to the finish line. They ensure that there are no claims against the property being purchased, that the valid transfer of title takes place on closing day. They verify whether your property taxes are updated. They perform a title search, set up your title insurance, calculate the payable land transfer taxes that you owe on closing, and prepare the mortgage documents, to name a few. If you're purchasing a condo, your lawyer will also review the status certificate for you. This is a document that contains the financial and legal health of a condo corporation. It's usually a couple hundred pages long and contains important rules, regulations, rights, and obligations that every condo owner must know. What a lawyer looks for is any indication of poor financial management by the condo corporation, a satisfactory reserve fund, hikes in condo fees, any litigation, and if the seller is in default of their monthly condo payments. Next up, we have land transfer taxes. When buying a home in Ontario, you are required to pay a provincial land transfer tax on closing. This total amount is calculated based on the purchase price of your property and can range from 0.5% to 2.5% of the total price. If you're buying in Toronto, you unfortunately also have to pay a municipal land transfer tax. The rates are similar to the provincial tax, but higher for properties priced at $3 million or more. This municipal tax applies to you if you buy within the boundaries of Steeles to the north, Etobicoke to the west, Scarborough to the east, and Lake Ontario to the south. As of January 1st, 2024, the City of Toronto introduced an additional increase in your municipal taxes. This will only impact homes valued at $3 million or more and which contain a maximum of 2 single-family residences. The new rate starts at 3.5% of the total price for homes valued starting $3 million and ranges up to 7.5% for homes valued at $20 million and above. This can add up to a hefty sum and certainly throw a wrench in your budget if you are unprepared. The good news is first-time homebuyers can qualify for a provincial rebate of up to $4,000 and up to $4,475 on the municipal rebate. In order for first-time homebuyers to be eligible, you must be a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident of Canada, be 18 years or older. The home purchased must be your principal residence, which means you have to occupy the home within 9 months of your purchase. The buyer's spouse cannot have owned a home while being their spouse, but could have been a previous homeowner. To avoid any surprises, you can always set aside the exact amount using one of the many land transfer tax calculators available online. I have linked one in the description, so feel free to use that at any time to calculate the land transfer taxes. Third on the list is title insurance. The word title is a legal term that means you have legal ownership of the property. You obtain title to a property when the seller signs the deed or the transfer document over to you as a buyer. Title insurance is an insurance policy that protects residential property owners and their lenders against losses related to the property's ownership. It can be purchased through your lawyer and costs between $200 to $500. Some of the losses it can provide protection from include title fraud, any existing legal claims against the property on account of a previous owner not paying off their debt, which would include your utility bills, mortgage payments, property taxes, condo fees, any encroachment issues. For example, if a structure on your property is encroaching on your neighbor's property, any errors in public records, surveys, or any other title-related issues that may affect your ability to sell, mortgage, or lease your property in the future. Fourth on the list is home insurance. You will need to have a home insurance policy in place before closing and share it with your lawyer. Home insurance protects your home and your belongings in case of theft, loss, or damage. Costs vary depending on the policy type, insurance provider, and the coverage you've selected. Your coverage is the maximum amount of money your insurance company will pay you if you make a claim. For home insurance, you may need a combination of 2 types of coverage: personal property coverage and liability coverage. Personal property coverage protects you from loss or damage to your home or personal possessions. Liability coverage protects you against legal liability for losses caused by injury to other people and damage to the property of others. Condo insurance is different from home insurance. It covers damage or loss to the inside of your condo, along with personal liability claims for someone someone injured in your unit. Your condo corporation has their own insurance, which is different from yours. It only covers the outside structure of the building and its common areas. Fifth on the list is an appraisal fee. An appraisal determines the property's market value and is often a requirement by the lender for getting a mortgage loan approved. It confirms that a property is worth the amount for which it's being sold and ensures that the price the buyer is paying is fair. In Canada, an appraisal is performed by a licensed appraiser who assesses the home and provides you with an estimate of its market value. Costs can vary depending on the location and type of property, ranging from $400 to $1,000. The lender may cover this, but typically the buyer is expected to pay the fee. Next up, we have adjustments. The adjustments are calculations typically reflected on a document called the Statement of Adjustments, which is prepared by the seller's lawyer and sent to the buyer's lawyer. It shows the prepaid cost the seller has already made prior to the buyer purchasing the property. This statement outlines the amount that the buyer will need to reimburse the seller for. These can include any prepaid utilities, condo fees, or any property tax paid for the year. Let's look at condo fees as an example. Condo fees are paid at the beginning of each month. Therefore, if the closing is scheduled for the 23rd of the month, then it's likely that the seller has already made this payment and has overpaid for the last 7 days, which is now the responsibility of the buyer. Next up on here, we have the new home warranty and the GST HST costs. This only applies to you if you're buying a pre-construction condo or a new build. If your home is a newly built home, the builder or seller must provide you with the new home warranty that protects you against certain construction defects. While builders pay the fee for this warranty, they often pass this cost along to the purchaser. New homes are also subject to GST and HST. Your builder may have included this amount in your purchase price, but if not, you'll need to pay it at closing. There is some good news here as well, as you might be eligible to get some of it back through the federal GST HST new housing rebate. That is it for closing costs. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. Whether you're currently active in the market or just educating yourself, it's always best to be fully prepared and familiar with the nitty-gritties of the process. Please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and if you'd like to chat further, you can do so by setting up a free call at the link in the description. Thank you again for watching Property Ladder. See you next time.